Welcome to Mind Over Matter, where we feature young Jamaicans who are shooting for the stars. I'm your host, Margaret Boyne. When weighing career choices, many young people tend to shy away from agriculture. But my guest is a 20-year-old farmer. He's the St. Elizabeth 4-H Club Top Boy of the Year, 2019. He's the 2022 4-H Club Male Youth Ambassador and recently the Mr. Junior Jamaica Health and Wellness Ambassador. He's a student at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. My guest is Dishon Francis. Welcome to Mind Over Matter, Dishon.
Hi, it's such a pleasure being here.
Yes, man. Great having you.
I can see
you were the St. Elizabeth 4-H Club's Top Boy of the Year in 2019. Yes. Tell me, when did this interest in farming start?
Okay, so my interest in farming developed way back while I was in high school, right? So being in high school, we used to have to do agriculture and the environment. And then from there, I had a teacher that was so supportive. He was there with us straight through. And then, just from the little experience there, I used to be on the farm with my uncle because I am from a farming community in the breadbasket Parish of St. Elizabeth, where all the income in our household is from farming and so forth. So I'm always there with my uncle advising them on which chemical to use or this one to spray and so forth. So when I was moving on from grade 9 to grade 10, we had to choose our career path and so forth. I didn't choose agriculture, even though I had a great interest in agri. I chose plant maintenance and a whole lot of other stuff. And the funniest thing, we didn't have a teacher for that. And I had to be going to the agriculture class. And then my teacher was like, no, Dishon, I don't understand how come you're not in my agri class.
Yes.
I used to be participating and outshining the other students, and he was like, no, we're going down to admin office, we're going to get you changed. And ever since then, from I made that decision, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
Okay, which high school did you attend?
All right, so I attended the highly esteemed Nain High School. And for many people who don't know, Nain is a newly developed high school. We are just 7 years old. And it is located in Nain, St. Elizabeth.
Okay. So you were involved in the 4-H Club.
Yes.
Tell me a little about your involvement in that.
All right. So the 4-H Club, let me first of all begin by saying that to all the youths out there that is listening to this interview, the 4-H Club is actually the place to be. We actually begin our club membership begins from age 5 straight to 35. And, 4-H is something big out there in society today. It's helping youths to develop. It's helping them to get a good career path as it relates to that. My journey with 4-H started when I was in high school, where I was selected as the 4-H president, and I have served for 5 consecutive years. After which I served on the St. Elizabeth Parish Junior Leaders League Board for 3 years. I started off by competing in different competitive events because each year the Jamaica 4-H Clubs, we have a 14 Parish Achievement Expos, after which the winners from the 18 competitive events compete at the national level in April in them declaring them. So I've competed in different competitive events such as bee care and management, cake baking and decorating, Boy of the Year competition in 2019, where I was placed in the top 5. Then I moved on to competing in the National Male Youth Ambassador competition, where I was placed second. And then the following year, I was crowned the National Youth Ambassador, and I am currently reigning at this point. Also, my participation in the 4-H Club was not only limited to that, where I have benefited from a lot of opportunities that the 4-H have, such as the Rural Youth Economic Empowerment Program. It is a program where they train youths in agriculture areas, depending on what where your interests are, such as pig care and management, goat care and management, and you can name it. After the training, when you're successful, you're given 2 pigs or a pregnant goat so that you can go and start your own business. So the applications are now open. I would also recommend that youths can just visit the 4-H Club's website and sign up for the REAP program. Also, I have benefited from the Rio Tinto Scholarship, which is an agriculture scholarship for students living in Manchester, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. Anne. So there's a lot I've been doing as it relates to 4-H.
So how has the 4-H Club has been in Jamaica for, like over 60 years,
Yes.
you know? How has it, though, contributed to your growth?
To be honest, 4-H has played a big part in my development. Well, I am here as a very accomplished young man, and this is because of the 4-H Club. The 4-H Club has helped me to develop on a lot of things. My speaking quality, my whole background, and my whole background, it helped me with the career path that I want to embark on and so forth. So the 4-H Club is actually a great initiative.
Volunteerism and the 4-H Club. Volunteerism is at the core of the 4-H Club. What were some of the areas that you volunteered in your community?
All right. So, as you stated that it is a poor era, there's so much I have been doing. So I have been, along with my team, doing volunteerism in different areas, such as environmentally friendly projects, such as coastal cleanup. We did several projects, such as cleaning up the Billy's Bay Beach in Treasure Beach and the Alligator Pond Beach in Manchester. I have been volunteering with the Austin Primary School for quite a long time, and also the Nain Early Childhood Institution. I also volunteered my service to the youth in my community during COVID-19, where I provided internet access for them to go onto their online classes and stuff. And when I realized that we had a maximum of students on the internet, it started to become a conflict of interest. So I had to go and get a rota to expand wider internet service to these youths. Also, I have been volunteering at my alma mater, Nain High School, where I volunteer as the farm handman, and the funds that is given was supposed to be given to me, we give back to the school to help students that is in need of either transportation fees or towards their lunch or even towards their uniform. So there's so much that I've been doing as it relates to volunteerism. Also, I need to make note that I volunteer also with the Case Cadet Unit. That's a unit that is a part of the Jamaica Defense Force, where we certain events such as the independence celebration and stuff, we would just our uniform and we march for our country and a whole lot of different stuff. So there's so much I've been doing as it relates to volunteering.
But Dishon, we hear so much negative things about our young men. Tell me what motivates you, that you want to do all of this.
All right, what really motivates me is to look at where I have been coming from. I didn't just come out just like this, where I am very accomplished, as I stated. Everything started out where I am from a household with a single parent mom who struggled so much to get me to the point where I am. She had to do so much to get me through primary school, then high school, and now I am attending 2 universities where it has been very hard on her. And when I look back on how she pushed forward as a single mom to ensure that I achieve my goals and my needs, that is what actually motivates me. And when I look back also on the people that played a big part in my success today, such as my teachers, my family members, my well-wishers, and so forth, it's like there's a duty that is entrusted upon me to go out there and make a difference. And that is what really motivates me.
You just mentioned your 2 degrees. Tell me about that.
Yes, so I am currently pursuing a double bachelor's degree, one in communication studies with emphasis on journalism at the Northern Caribbean University, where I am currently in my second year. That has been going great so far. As you know, I speak for a living. So
I can
as you
see.
can see, it's
Yes.
something that I like. And, I always wanted to become an investigative journalist. And who knows, it is my goal one day, even though I want to become the agriculture minister, I also want to become an agriculture journalist. So the communications degree with emphasis on journalism is going to play a big part in that. I also attend the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, where I am currently pursuing a agriculture degree where it's actually in agriculture education, where I hope to be in the classroom in a few months from, well, not even a few months, a few years from now. As you know, agriculture is a big thing, and I want to help to educate youth on agriculture. So that's one of my short-term goals.
Boy, you have it all worked out, man.
Yes, at times it gets so overwhelming, but
Yes, because
I put it.
how do you balance everything?
Well, NC is actually online because since COVID-19, things went virtual so quickly and stuff. And ever since then, I have to be attending my classes online and so forth. But it has been a great experience because NC is so technologically advanced where we are in the classroom and it's like we are together in one room, communicating, interacting, and so forth. But I am handling that so well because I am physically at Case pursuing my degree while NCU is online. So it's just a little bit frustrated at times, but
You have it under control.
yeah.
Okay, you won the top 4-H Boy of the Year award in 2019 because of a project that you did using banana bark and cassava starch. Tell us about the project, what it was about.
Sure. So that project was, I thought that was my big masterpiece project, but little did I know that I was so smart where I could develop something different from that. So in 2019, the government, they were banning plastic and single-use plastic and styrofoam. So while I sat there, I said to myself, I wanted to find out how I can help to make an impact on the government's decision. So while I was there and I realized that, all these boxes that we used to use before, they were going to cut out in a short period. So I was like, what are we going to use to eat? Then, I sat there, I did some brainstorming, I consulted the different persons and so forth. We sat at the joint table and we finalized everything. So I decided to create food box from banana bark. So we go ahead and get the bark of the banana, then we cut it to a desired shape, iron it and so forth, put the design out there and get it stitched up together and so forth. I also did the plates, utensils, and cups that was made from the glycerine and the bitter cassava juice, along with some of the enzyme that we used to create those projects. And it was actually great. We got so much good response from the public, and the project is on pause at this time, but I hope to push forward with that project pretty soon. It's because I have so many more projects working on. So yes, for now, it's on a low pace.
But you seem to love research though, Dishon.
Yes, I like to do research. From I was a child, I always go online to see how best I can go and broaden my knowledge and so forth. So that's how it actually started.
Right. And you recently won the 2022 4-H Club Male Youth Ambassador Award. No, you created another project. You created an insect repellent. Give us the story on this one.
Yes, so I created a biological insecticide and a compost, which I love to call the AgriSmart projects. It is the Beat the Beats compost and the Beat the Beats insecticide. So these projects now, what they do, they help to mitigate against climate change. So we're living in the breadbasket parish of St. Elizabeth, where, you know, a lot of farming take place. Farmers are faced with so much issues such as climate change, insect infestation, drought, and a whole different problems. So because I stated before that I'm always on the farm with my uncle and so forth, and I'm always advising them, I realized that they're always complaining about these issues. So then I said to myself that I had to do something to help them. I went and I did some research. The idea came about when I went to the 2019 science fair, where one of the members there, they were telling us about the different components of the bitter cassava and the benefits and what it can be used for. So with the help of my teacher, my science teacher, who is the head of science department at Nain High School, Mrs. Linton Miller, we did some research, put some stuff together and stuff. And the insecticide, we created it from bitter cassava juice along with the rosemary extract. And the compost was made from the cassava peeling skin along with the soil from the dirt and the leaf of the rosemary. So what the compost does is that it helps with the root, to treat the root and the soil. The compost helps to eradicate insect infestation and a whole lot of different things. So before, you know, farmers, they used to have to use mixed blowers and so forth. Now with the implementation of the insecticide, we now use the chemigation system. So we add the chemical into the water container, and then the irrigation system transport it to the root of the plant.
So will you be marketing this? Will you be putting it on the market and make some money from it?
Definitely. It is actually, as I said, it's my master project. So we're in the process of working to get this into an enterprise. So pretty soon, and I'm sure I will invite you, we'll be having a launch with the Jamaica Parish clubs. We're in the process of getting it patented. We're in the process of getting it tested and approved, proper labeling for the project and so forth. So there's so much going on as it relates to this project. And there's something that I want to note also. Winning the National Parish Club's National Male Youth Ambassador for 2020, I received $1 billion, where 500,000 was towards education, and the other 500,000 was towards this project to help to push start it from where to get it on the market. So I am currently working.
Yes, and making money too.
Can I tell you?
So what? Do you have a farm of your own?
Yes, I do. So I have a lot of I do a lot of farming. So we have a backyard at the back of our house. I have my own plot. My mom has her plot. My brother has his plot. My grandmother. So that's how we do the farming here. So when I actually plant and they produce, I use my uncle to sell them and so forth, and then when he gets the income from there, he would take it back to me and so forth. So because most time I have to be at school and so forth, so sometimes we are the ones who have to look after the garden and so forth. And to note also, I also wear pigs. So as I stated before, that I was a beneficiary of the REAP program from the Jamaica Parish Clubs, where I received 2 pigs and my uncle received 2 also. So we have 4 set of pigs that we rear, I should say. I also have a goat, we have chickens and so forth. So there's a whole lot of different farming taking place, whether, you know, it's in the fields or in the pen.
Yeah. So what crops do you plant?
So I plant crops like scallion, thyme, tomato, lettuce, and a whole different range of stuff. Because most of the times I get a whole lot of different seeds from forage. Sometimes they're not enough to do the range of farming that I would want to. So I do different plots with different type of fruits and vegetables.
So under the REAP program, do they over a period of time monitor you, give you advice, you know, after you start the farm, or they just how does that work?
through the reprogram, ever since from the beginning of the training, what they do, we have different parish managers for different parishes. So these parish managers, they work closely with the beneficiaries. So throughout the training, they train us as to everything we should do with these animals. And then after the training, when we graduate and we get our master level certificate and our animals and the inputs, and we go home now to our farms. We have the parish managers, so they will come like monthly or every 2 months to come and check on the progress, and if they need worm out or anything of that sort, they stay with us, they stick with us throughout the entire process. And the funniest thing about it, throughout this project, we actually get to help other people. So they inform us that when these pigs produce or whichever animal you receive, the option is up to you where you can give an animal to another animal. So we have, it's like a livestock revolving project. So not only me can benefit from the project, whether, so take for example your daughter, she didn't sign up for the project, but then my pig, they produce certain amount of pigs, and I decided that I want to give her 2 pigs. So she's going to benefit also from the project, whether it may not be directly, but indirectly. Yes.
But with such a support though, Dishon, when you talk to the young people, why are they hesitant in going into farming?
All right.
What them say?
Based on what I know as an agriculture specialist, you realize the words I use.
You are.
Yes. So based on what I know is that there is a stereotype against farming where a lot of youths believe that agriculture and farming on a whole is actually dirty work. So nobody wants to be dirty. Everybody wants to be pretty boy, pretty girl these days. But it's not about being dirty, because there's so much different farming. You have conventional farming, you have so much farming. But my advice would be to the youths is that do not look at farming as a negative thing, but look at it as something that can help to enhance and bring you to the next level. If you are going to look at the negative side, I wouldn't even say negative, but if you're going to look at the side where it may change your mind from the whole process, but agriculture is actually the #1 leading sector in Jamaica now, and it can help you to make a better life and help to impact Jamaica, make Jamaica a better place. You see, if we have the youths investing in agriculture, and there is a whole lot of programs that the Ministry of Agriculture is putting in place, even a fishery program that they recently implemented. If the youth take advantage of these programs and so forth, these programs is going to help to offset them as farmers, to help to impact Jamaica. And I can assure you that a few years from now, Jamaica will become a better place than it is today. Because if we have youth investing in these projects, we're going to have less crime and violence, less scamming, and a whole lot of other activities that we foresee taking place on the news today and in society.
But what about knowledge though, Dishon? You think the youths know about these programs?
Well, what I know for sure, as the national ambassador for 4-H and also for the Jamaica Agriculture Society, what I know for sure, 4-H have been promoting these projects. They have been visiting the schools, they have been visiting them, they have been promoting them through the various social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. There's so much they have been doing. They also went ahead to create brochures. We have different road tours where we issue these brochures. We have sensitization sessions. And this is something that I intend to do during my reign as the youth ambassador, the remainder of my reign, I should say, where we will be going out into the communities to encourage and talk to these youths. We're going to be taking the applications physically to help the youths to sign up, because some of the time they are just shy and they just need somebody to support them and to boost them towards these programs. So the programs, they are well out there, and I believe that majority of the youths, they are aware of them, but some of them, they just need to take the first step towards it.
All right, you recently you were recently crowned the Mr. Junior Jamaica Health and Wellness. So you have taken on a new assignment. Tell us a little about that.
Assignments on top of assignments. It's actually a big thing. So the Mr. Junior Jamaica Ambassador competition was held last Sunday at the Olympia Crown Hotel in Kingston, Jamaica, where over 26 contestants competed in the different categories such as the teen section, the junior section, and the Mr. section. So this competition, what it does is to help youths to unearth their talents and to help them to develop their passion for humanitarian work, for charity, and so much more. So this competition, also, I want to note that the competition will be premiered tonight on YouTube at 8 o'clock on Testimonies with Akeem Smith. So you can hop over there and watch the grand coronation. I was from the Mr. Junior Jamaica Health and Wellness Ambassador. So when we compete on stage, the judges, they select the best fit for the different titles to reign for the year. So over the course of throughout the course of this year, I'll be working alongside the other title holders, where we'll be doing a whole lot of different charitable works. We'll be visiting the different hospitals to volunteer our time there. Well, the health and wellness ambassadors I'm speaking, because you have health and wellness ambassador from the junior section, the teen section, and the Mr. section. So for our title, we'll be visiting hospitals. We will be helping to get people to donate stuff so that we can take to the hospital to help different youth, different elderly people, and so forth. So that's basically what the role is about. It's actually about helping. It's actually about going out there to make a difference.
All right. So before you leave, though, give the youth some advice, no? Some of them who feel that, boy, nothing not go on, tell them that something not go on, them need to reach out in agriculture.
All right. So I'm going to stick to my statement my final statement from the Mr. Jamaica competition, where I said to the youths that we need to become the leaders of today, tomorrow, and the future. And we can achieve our goals as long as we put our minds towards it. We can achieve whatever we want. The mind is actually something that is powerful. The mind cures and it kills. So my advice would be to you all is to ensure that you know what you want and to go towards it. You see, as it relates to agriculture, I would say that I'm a bit biased. So everybody that I come in contact with, I'm going to say, come on over to the agriculture sector. Ensure you sign up for CASE, ensure you sign up for NACALVA, ensure you take advantage of this scholarship, ensure you become a part of the 4-H club. But it's actually something good. It's to help to develop them. So guys, do not shy away from agriculture. Do not shy away from your dreams, whatever you want. I'm not going to just limit my little talk here to only agriculture, but whatever you want, just go after it, because you can achieve. I am not the brightest person in the world, but it's because I know what I want and I persevered, hence why I am so accomplished today.
Boy, Dishon, it was great talking to you, man. Enjoyed it. And I just want to wish you all the best with your project, with your venture that you'll be going into and all of that. So pure good things, may I wish you.
Listen, good things.
Yes.
The good things, them.
Good things, them. Yeah, man. It was great talking to you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here also.
Yeah, man. Thanks.